Hi everyone and welcome to this session on CLAT form filling. So we are covering the CLAT UG entrance exam, which means basically if you're in class 12th or you are retaking the UG exam, this is for you. Okay. So CLAT application form is live now and the form is available till 31st of October 2026. So there is no rush. Please understand this. There is no rush at all. And please don't complete your application at one go. Check again and again before you submit the application. So what I'm going to do today in this session, I'm going to help you understand how to fill the application form, because please understand it's a costly form. For general category students and OBC category students it is 4,000 rupees. For other category students it is 3,500 rupees. So it's not a small sum of money we are talking about. It's a hard-earned money of your parents. So you cannot afford making any mistake out there in the application form. Before you go ahead and start your application form filling, please understand you need to satisfy your eligibility, because you also have to mark your domicile. Now, domicile, of course, is state dependent. So each of the state will have different criteria, number of years of stay or education, like in case of Karnataka, Hyderabad. So please understand, first, it is important that you validate your eligibility in terms of your candidature domicile for that particular national law university. Second is you should definitely validate your category certificates. So what is important here is, please understand, for SC category students, for ST category students, and even for PWD, the certificate works easily. But when you are a OBC non-creamy layer and EWS category student, in your case, the certificate is issued every year, 1st of April onwards. So the validity of the certificate is only 1 year. Now, right now, what you should be uploading in your case, for EWS category, the application doesn't require any certificate to upload it at this point of time. But for those who will be claiming reservation under the OBC category, non-creamy layer, of course, you will have to upload your certificate in over here in PDF format. For you, the certificate should be issued on or after 31st of March 2026. Please understand this. Why I'm saying so, why you have to be careful around this, because for the first two lists are concluded in the month of January and February. So after the exam, the results comes quickly within 5 days, and the counseling process starts, admission starts. So colleges will verify your certificate in person when you submit it online. So please understand the timeline. If you are an OBC category student, if you are an EWS category student, make sure that your certificate has been issued on or after 31st of March 2026. If that's not the case, please go ahead, apply, get your new certificate issued. Please do that before you start the application form. It may take a month or so, but please understand the form is available till 31st of October 2026. So you have time, you have August, September, October. In 1 month, the entire process can be completed in any of the offices, in any of the states. So that's why I'm saying do not rush to fill the form. First, check your domicile eligibility. Check your category certificates, especially if you are a EWS category student and OBC category student. EWS category students are not required to submit the certificate, but you should be careful. Once you submit the application form and make the payment, it will be difficult. There will be only some part which would be allowed to be edited. You will have to delete entire application and make payment again if you want to fill a new form. So don't take chance. Even the consortium on its webpage is advising, take your time. There's no rush. There's no hurry to complete the application form. Form is not difficult. It's easy one. Before you start with the application form, you should be ready with a scanned copy of your photograph, or you can stand in front of a wall and take a photograph. Ask somebody to take a photograph. Make 80% photo as your face, so your face should cover 80%. That's very, very important. Well, there's no specific instruction as such, but you should have your photograph, passport size photograph ready. You can take a scan of your photograph, or you can have a photograph itself. Then your signature. What you should do is, on a white paper, sign in black or blue ballpoint pen and scan the same. Keep it on your system, desktop, laptop, whatever you are using. It will be required. In fact, the very first step requires you to upload your photograph and the signature. You should be ready with your category certificate if you're applying under SC category, ST category, or the OBC category. Also, those students who belong to the PWD category, your relevant certificate issued by the competent authority should be ready with you. Same is applicable for those who will be applying under BPL category. Okay, so you should be ready with this. So that's very, very important. All documents have to be uploaded in PDF format except for your photograph and signature, which will go in JPG format. Now let's begin the process of the registration or submitting your application form. So this is the URL, Consortium of NLUs.ac.in. The moment you open this page, the moment the page opens, all you have to do is you have to click on CLAT 2027 on the right top corner of the page. So you'll click here, CLAT 2027, right corner of the page, top corner of the page, and a new page will open. You'll see this login here. Login is not the first step. First step is to register yourself. Okay, so the first tab which you'll press is register. You'll click here. The moment you click on register, the page opens, which requires you to fill your name. You have to type your name, you have to type your mobile number, you have to type your email ID, you have to create your password and confirm the password by retyping it. Now, for the name, the instruction is very clear that it should match your class 12 certificate. Now, I'm sure the students from, specifically if I talk about Maharashtra, they'll have a query. My 10th, my name on the 10th class certificate, board exam certificate, is in different order. In class 12th, it will be in different order. The instruction is very clear how it appears on your class 12th. Now, most of you who are not retaking the exam, you are fresher in this context, you don't have your admit card or anything related to the class 12 board exam. So please follow the instructions. Generally, except for Maharashtra, I know the norm is very simple: first name, middle name, surname. But in case of Maharashtra, it changes in class 12, surname comes first. So be careful around that. Use the mobile number, because you will be required to submit 2 mobile numbers here. So if you plan to use your mobile number as the first one, type it carefully. If you want to use your parents' one, please be careful around that as well, because all the communication will happen on the mobile number. Similarly, you'll have to provide 2 email IDs this time. Earlier, it used to be optional. This time, it is mandatory for everyone. Once you have created your password, click on register. The moment you click on register, you'll receive an OTP and you have to activate your account. The page will open automatically. So your mobile number will be already visible. You have to type the OTP which you'll receive on your mobile number, and you have to simply click on the activate tab. If the OTP matches, the activation will happen, and then a new page will open which will have some instructions, and you'll also have to select the program in which you are applying for CLAT 2027. Why you have to select the program? Because the form initially is common for both undergraduate as well as postgraduate, the LLM program. Okay, so we are talking about the undergraduate program, the qualifying examination being class 12th. Okay, so we are talking about the 5-year undergraduate program. Okay, so please remember the instruction which I've been talking about. You do not have to complete the application fee payment in one sitting. What you will do is you will select here, you'll click on the checkbox for undergraduate. Next is you have to select yes or no to your citizenship question. So the question is, are you a citizen of India? Yes or no. Now, in case you are a OCI holder, NRI, they are simply asking this question: are you a citizen of India? Nothing changes out here. Everybody has to appear for the examination, irrespective whether you are a citizen of India, you are a non-citizen of India, you have to appear for the examination. So whether you select your yes or no from the drop down, it doesn't make any difference. Most of the cases, it will be a yes as answer. Select yes and then click on apply for CLAT 2027. We move on to the next stage from here. The form opens up. The very first information is about personal information. What goes in the personal information at the beginning itself is uploading your photograph. Okay, so photograph should be front facing in JPG or PNG format. You have to upload your photograph. Similarly, you have to upload your signature in the same format, JPG or PNG format. Once you have uploaded, move on, type your name as shown in 10+2 certificate. So this is how it is. Okay, so I've already spoken about this. For most of you, you do not have anything related to 10+2, so just follow the norm which your board offers actually. From the drop down, you have to select your gender, male, female, or the other gender. Select your gender from here. Select through the drop downs here your date of birth, select the day, select the month, select the year in which you are born. You have to type your parent or guardian name over here. So you will type your father's, mother's, or guardian name, and then comes selection of the category where you have to be very, very careful. So from here, from this drop down, you will select whether you belong to the general category, you belong to the OBC category, or SC category or ST category. You do not have to select EWS because that is for the general category students. Okay, EWS category is carved out of the general category only. So you'll have 4 options: general, OBC, SC, ST. Whichever is applicable to you, you will select that. Okay, now once you select the general category, there will be a question which will appear on the screen: do you qualify under EWS category? All you have to do is select a yes or a no from the drop down here. Okay, so if you select general category, you will be asked this question: do you qualify under the EWS category? What about the other categories? If you select OBC category, then the question asked will be: do you belong to the non-creamy layer? Reservation benefit applies only to the non-creamy layer, which is again income based. So the question will again be yes or no. So if you select OBC over here, it will ask you: do you belong to non-creamy layer? And there's a clear instruction: if you select yes, you will be eligible for reservation benefits in universities that provide the same but have an exclusion for creamy layer candidates. The creamy layer candidates do not get the benefit. Okay, for those who are covered under SC category or ST category, you will have to upload your certificate. So there'll be no question separately. If you select from the drop down SC, scheduled caste, or scheduled tribe, you have to upload your certificate in the PDF format over here. Okay, so that is about the category. For those students who belong to the PWD category, those who are physically challenged, you have to select a yes or no. If it is so for everybody it is there, but if you're selecting yes, you belong to the PWD category, then you have to also type your disability. So it is not given as a drop down. You have to type your disability. What exactly is your disability? And you will have to upload your certificate over here. The question also is: do you require a scribe? So if you need a scribe, select a yes from the drop down. If you don't need a scribe, appropriately select no. Now the next question would be: do you need a scribe from the consortium, or you will bring your own scribe? So that also you have to provide answer for yes or no. So the option is given over there. This is only applicable for the PWD. If you belong to the BPL category, do you qualify under the BPL category? If you select yes, you'll have to upload your certificate over here. Okay, you'll have to upload your certificate over here if you select you belong to the BPL category. So that is all about the personal information page. The best practice should be followed, which is click on Save as Draft. You can simply move on to the next step of the application process by clicking on this arrow. But my suggestion would be save your draft. Okay, so whatever you have filled till now, that is saved, and then click on this arrow to move forward, which is the next step of the application process, which is communication detail. Okay, you have to type your correspondence address. Generally, no correspondence happens. Every correspondence will either happen on your mobile or on the email ID which you have provided. But from a safety perspective, I believe they ask us every time. So you'll provide your communication address. What do you mean by communication or the correspondence address? Correspondence address generally is where you are residing at this point of time. Okay, it can be same as your permanent address, or it can be different from your permanent address. So you type your correspondence address where you are residing at this point of time. You select the state from the drop down. You type the name of the district in which you are residing. So district is not available as a drop down. You have to type the name of the district. You'll type the pin code. Now, in case or whether even if it is same, you have to also type your permanent address over here. So permanent address this time has to be typed in. Earlier, you had to simply click a checkbox, but this time in the application form, you have to type your permanent address as well. Permanent is like your ancestral place. That's your property which belongs to you. So that can be typed. Or if your residence is your permanent address, your mom, dad, your grandparents all have been residing there itself, so that becomes your permanent address. Okay, so you have to provide your address details over here, and in the very same page you will see your mobile number which you had used to register, that is visible over here. And you have to type your alternate contact number. You have to provide your alternate email ID as well. So this time there are 2 mobile numbers and 2 email IDs required. So please be mindful. One has to be yours, one has to be your parents. Okay, so which one you want to use as primary, that's a call you have to take. Okay, so the primary one which you have registered registration will be visible over here. What we'll do is we'll save as draft before we move ahead, and then we'll click on this arrow which is to move forward and to provide details about the qualifying exam. What exactly is qualifying exam? It's your class 12, 10 plus 2. So first step is to select your qualifying exam. So you'll get a drop down here which will have 4 options: 10 plus 2 or equivalent, arts, humanities. One option. The second one will be others. Third one will be commerce. Fourth one will be science. So whatever is your stream in class 12, that you have to select from the drop down. You have to type the name of the board or university over here. Okay, so like in case of CBSE, you can type CBSE, or you can go ahead and type the full Central Board of Secondary Education. In case of ISE, you will type ISE. If you belong to UP State Board, what is the relevant name that you have to type over here? Then from the drop down, you'll select whether you have passed the qualifying exam or you have appeared or will be appearing. So there'll be 2 options coming in the drop down. Number 1 is appeared / appearing. The first option which will be available, which means you do not have your class 12 results right now. And the second option available is passed. What will happen if you select passed, which you have already completed your class 12, you have got your certificate, you will from the drop down select the month of passing. It could be May, it could be June, it could be even April. Okay, those who have passed. You'll select the year of passing. Let's say you passed your class 12 in 2026 itself, or you passed in 2025. So you'll select the year of passing, 25, 26, whatever is applicable to you. In your case, if you've already completed your class 12, you'll type the percentage of marks which you have obtained. But those students who will be selecting appeared or appearing, the marks is not required. This button will not be activated for you. You will see it, percentage of marks, but you will not be able to type anything. Now, the instruction is also given for those students who will be appearing for the board exam in the coming year. If you are appearing for your class 12th exam in March, April 2027, enter as appearing appeared, month of passing as May. So for every student, those who will be appearing for the class 12 board exam, the month of passing has to be selected as May only from the drop down, and the year of passing has to be selected as 2027, and leave the percentage as blank. You will not be able to type anything anyways. Then we complete this part and click on save as draft and click here to move forward. Okay. Next is your test center preference. Test center does not mean your exact test center. It is the city. You will be only selecting the city. For example, if you select Delhi, there'll be 7, 8 different test centers in Delhi. You will not know until you receive your admit card before the examination. The only thing which you have to do here is you have to select from the drop down the different cities which are listed. Test preference 1, test center preference 2, test center preference 3. All 3 cannot be same. And first thing, what you will be careful about is Let's say you belong to Delhi. Select Delhi as the city. New Delhi is appearing over here in the application form. Let's say you belong to Noida. You'll see the option as Noida, Greater Noida. Select that first. Select the center which is closest to your residence, or if the city is same as your residence, select that. If you're planning, if you do not see the city listed where you are residing, if that city is not listed, select the most nearest one. Why? Because you are appearing for the exam in December, next day, particularly next Monday, which is 7th of December, you may have your pre-board exam in your school. So you may not be able to come back in time. The exam gets over at 4 p.m. So hope, just in case you are not able to come back. So the logic is very simple. The most nearest goes first, then the second nearest, third nearest. You'll have to select 3 mandatorily. Okay. Click on save as draft, move on, and this is where the actual game begins in the application form. So far, everything was very easier. The next is reservation part. Next is domicile part, reservation part. As you can see, for each of the NLUs, you will have to select yes or no. Okay, one will apply, the others will not apply. Like, for example, on the very first part of the screen, you'll see National Law School of India University, Bengaluru. Default selected reservation general, because in my application form, I have selected my category as general. If you have selected SC, it will show SC over here. Okay. Are you a Karnataka student? Select yes or no. But what is the criteria? What is the reservation criteria? 7 years of staying in Karnataka or 7 years of education. How will I know that? So click on this PDF icon over here on the page. This opens the brochure of NLS Bangalore. Similarly, if you're a student from Telangana and you will get benefit of reservation domicile in Hyderabad, because all NLUs under CLAT now have state quotas, whether it will be for all categories or for particular category. Like, for example, Lucknow. Lucknow does not provide state quota for the general category student, but for other categories, the seats are available for their own state students. So you have to verify everything before you apply. Anything which goes wrong here will lead to disqualification later. You will not be able to claim that. Okay. So if you are, let's say, from Telangana, Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad, it is asking you, are you a resident of Telangana? Select yes or no. Now, how do you fill the eligibility? Click on the PDF, open the brochure. The reservation clauses are given over there. Okay. This you will have to do for every national law university. There would be certain national universities which provide specific seats, supernumerary seats for JNK migrants or JNK residents. Okay. So like here it is for NUJS, it is asking domicile of JNK. So if you are a domicile of Jammu and Kashmir, you should select this checkbox over here. Otherwise, leave it blank. Similarly, for Jodhpur, they are asking, are you a domicile of Rajasthan? For Raipur, they have separate supernumerary seats available for wards of Kashmiri migrants. So if your parents happen to be a Kashmiri migrant, select here. Or if you're a student of JNK, select here. So for every NLU, you'll have to select appropriately what applies to you. And this is the page where you have to be really, really careful. You really be careful. Okay. And the last part is, when you come down, scroll down, completed every part of the domicile, you have to select this checkbox over here. I do hereby solemnly affirm and state that the information furnished in the application form is correct and the certificates are correct. There's also an option, I do hereby, will you provide your consent whether you want your details to be shared with the non-NLUs, the participating colleges, non-member universities of the CLAT. Okay. So there are lots of universities and colleges which participate under CLAT. They accept the CLAT score for admission. Like IP University of Delhi accept CLAT scores for admission. Nirma University does. Some of them are direct member of the consortium, and you can see their names like Alliance University on the consortium page. Even otherwise, you have to provide your consent. So please be mindful of the fact, if you want your details, including the CLAT score, to be given to other universities who may connect with you for admission process, then select accordingly. If you don't want, select accordingly. And the last part is to submit the form. My suggestion is don't rush. Take your sweet time, even if you don't want, that form is easy, but take your time. And once you submit, you'll also have this page next time you log in, where you'll see your application number, your name visible, your photograph visible, your signature visible, the program you have applied for, and your email ID. You'll have to also validate your email ID. You'll also have to validate, so you'll get an OTP over there, link over there. You can edit your application form as well till the time the application is open, but please be mindful of the when you are submitting, or you may have a choice to delete application as well. But if you have made the payment, you want to delete the application, means 4,000 gone. You'll have to make fresh payment. Your payment is not adjusted to a new application. Okay? I have not yet submitted, so it is showing application not yet submitted. Okay, so the last part is payment itself. So that's how you fill the CLAT application form, CLAT UG application form. AILET application is going live on 7th of August. So I'll be coming live on this platform. So today was like 10 a.m. the form got live. I'm here on this platform live at 11. So similarly, we'll do it for AILET as well, depending on what time the application form goes live. Okay. So I have a query already in the comment box, which is BPL. BPL is below poverty line. Okay. So below poverty line, your income is generally considered to be less than around 2 lakhs per annum, your family income. So parents are in transferable job. I completed most of my schooling in a different state and lived in a different one. Housing address state was. So for your communication perspective, type the address where you are present right now. And do confirm with your parents if you have an ancestral place that can go as a permanent address. Or it can be same. It won't make a difference, but wherever you are residing right now, or at least when the examination will be happening in the month of December, wherever you are residing, that should go as. But if you are claiming domicile benefit, you have to be very, very careful. You have to fulfill the condition for each of the NLUs. Okay, only one, or at max in some cases the second one will be applicable. So please understand, there is no domicile certificate required to be uploaded at this point of time. The universities will ask you to prove the same if you have domicile certificate, or you prove the condition of domicile as listed by each of the universities in the application process itself. You'll have to follow that. Okay, so there's no requirement. Remember, the exam happens on 6th of December. You can expect your results to be declared at max by 14th of December. And the first counseling should start somewhere around 3rd or 4th week of December itself. In January and February, the first 2 lists of allotment are completed. And if you don't provide your documents, your candidature can be cancelled. So that is how it is. Okay. I have a caste certificate. Do we need caste validity also? If you belong to SC category, ST category, if you have the caste certificate, you have to simply upload that over here. Okay. Please understand, it will be different. Sometimes it may happen that the SC category under which you are applying, your particular caste within the SC category, may only provide you state benefit, but not all India benefit. So you have to be mindful of those facts as well. Okay. How to get which university are with consortium? The list will be populated by the consortium on the CLAT 27 page itself. Participating universities, you'll see it over there. Okay. Is there any specific size of the photograph? Not exactly mentioned this time. Keep it under 50 KB to 100 KB, or at max 200 KB. So that is what you should be doing actually. It should be clearly visible. That is what is very, very important. It should be clearly visible. Okay. So far, these questions I have covered. Okay, anything else? I think I've covered all your questions right now. So please be mindful. Please satisfy your eligibility, especially the domicile part for each of the NLUs before you submit your application form. Okay, that's it. So that's what you'll be taking care of. And the picture is 6 months old. Click a new photograph and upload it. Why do you want? This is a very simple thing, no? Just photograph. Why do you want it to work? They are asking you for a recent photograph. How much time will it take? 30 seconds. Photo खींचो दीवार के सामने खड़े होकर के. Tell your parents to click a photograph. उसको upload कर दो. That's it. Sir, I am from Madhya Pradesh. I stay in Goa and I have MP domicile. You will be able to claim the domicile only for the two universities in MP. Whether you stay in Goa, first you have to look at the criteria which they have asked. Please understand that. Okay. So domicile is something which is for every university, it might differ. At some places, it is based on your number of years of residence. In some places, it is like Karnataka, Telangana. For last 7 years, education they are looking at, schooling in that particular state. That is what they look at. So for each of them, it will be different. Okay, please satisfy it. Read the instruction. Go through the website. Go through the brochures of the participating NLUs. That will be helpful. Okay. So that's all. Thank you so much. We'll see you on 7th of August when the AILET application form comes live. Those who might be watching this session at a later stage because they are in school, you can drop your queries over here. We'll responding to that.